Look around you, different things born out of truth and passion. Business software, it's our craft, our identity. Thoughtfully engineered, passionately designed to help you transform your business. Zoho, made in India, made for the world.
This is a reality check for the leader of opposition. Because when he goes abroad and runs down Indian democracy, there are world leaders who come out and praise India and praise the stand that India takes in the face of bullying. World leaders are standing up. They are saluting Bharat's rise. So from Moscow to Paris to Washington, there is one headline. And the message is clear that India is a thriving democracy. It is led by decisive leadership and is a reliable power in an unstable world. Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, who's a global strongman who does not hand out compliments easily. He calls Narendra Modi a wise and a balanced leader. He also says that India will never be bullied. It will never cower to any kind of humiliation. It will not tolerate it. Now remember, this is not just a personal endorsement for the Prime Minister. This is an acknowledgement of India's political will and its strategic strength. And look at the contrast. It comes right after Rahul Gandhi, who's in Colombia, who goes on and he talks about a wholesale attack on Indian democracy, who talks about how there is some kind of authoritarianism, and contrast that with the message that's being sent out by Vladimir Putin. Listen in.
However, in Europe, many of the politicians want to act as a bull or a goat or a ram. Will not point fingers, but this is not about China. It's not the case of India or China or any other major powers or mid-sized nations who respect themselves and will not allow to be humiliated.
India will not allow anyone to humiliate it. He also went ahead and said that the Prime Minister is a wise leader, a balanced leader. At the same time, when Putin is praising India's resolve in the face of the tariff tyranny, look at what is unfolding elsewhere in the entire world. So in the United States, the government is staring at a shutdown. We are seeing a kind of paralysis that is going on because of this kind of a deadlock that is ongoing. In France, there are streets that are ablaze with protests. There is a kind of turmoil that's happening. The Eiffel Tower is shut in the latest because of these kind of protests. Now, in contrast, let's look at what is happening in India. Over the last 2 or 3 days, we are seeing the larger messaging that's coming out from leaders and visionaries who are constantly talking about the country's economic vision, who are constantly stressing on, one, the mission to become self-reliant, the mission to become an economic powerhouse without being dependent on foreign powers, and the aim to be Viksit Bharat by 2047. And at the same time, it is Rahul Gandhi who goes on foreign soil, who goes abroad, and he says that there is a wholesale attack on Indian democracy. This is what Rahul Gandhi said. So you heard what the leader of opposition said in Colombia, and that is where the contrast can be starker. There are global powers who are acknowledging India's rise. You heard that endorsement that came in from Vladimir Putin, but Rahul Gandhi continues his politics of gloom and doom. There are world leaders who are calling the Prime Minister visionary, who are calling him balanced, who are calling him wise and unshakable. But Rahul Gandhi says our entire system is authoritarian. It cannot be allowed. There are other democracies in the world that are struggling. We showed you the instance of America. We showed you what's happening in the United States. We have Rashid Alvi of the Congress Party joining us. Mr. Rashid Alvi, one would like to ask this question to the Congress Party. If there is a wholesale attack on democracy, how is it that members from the Gandhi family, Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, all are in parliament? They are elected because of the power of our democracy and the beauty of our democracy. So how is it that one can constantly say that there's a wholesale attack on democracy? This is an authoritarian system.
Yeah, 70 lakhs votes are deleted. This is the beauty of our democracy. Kashmir is divided into two parts and declared union territory and is being ruled indirectly through Lieutenant Governor. It is beauty of our country. Whatever is happening in Pahalgam, it is the beauty of our democracy. Law is being made without consulting the leaders and even the workers. Continuously, 2 years our farmers were sitting on the roads and more than 500, 600 killed. This is the beauty of this country, our democracy. What is this? Waqf has been passed without consulting Muslim religious leaders. Teen Talaq is passed without Muslim religious leaders. What kind of statements are being given by so many BJP leaders from every
Your
corner of the
sarcasm is
country?
taken, Mr. Alvi, and you have the right to say what you're saying. You're a very senior leader of the Congress party, but I also want to draw your attention, and there was a question I asked you. If there is a wholesale attack on the Indian democracy, how is it that 3 members of the Gandhi family have been elected to power with very good margins in their constituency, where all of them are in parliament, and yet we are saying that, okay, democracy is under attack? We say this again and again. This is a kind of a narrative. But before I let you go, I want you to listen to what Vladimir Putin has to say about India and how India upholds its pride. Once again, just stay with us. Let's play out that reaction.
However, in Europe, many of the politicians want to be tracked as a bull or a goat or a ram. Will not point fingers, but this is not about China. It's not the case of India or China or any other major powers or mid-sized nations who respect themselves and will not allow to be humiliated.
I think we've dropped that line with Mr. Rashid Alvi, but you know the contrast is clear, Niyamika. You have the leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who does this again and again. Almost in every foreign trip, when he addresses a foreign audience, he talks about how the Indian democracy is under attack. That is the narrative he pushes. But look at global leaders, the likes of Vladimir Putin, who says that India is a country which will not take any kind of humiliation. It is, he goes on to say that the Prime Minister is a wise and a balanced leader. That is what global leaders have to say about India. And contrast that with the message that Mr. Rahul Gandhi is sending out to the world about India.
Well, yes, like you have also mentioned, this is not something new what Rahul Gandhi had stated. Not just here in India, but on foreign soil as well. We have seen that how the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, has been kept on saying this thing that democracy is under threat. As this time he has stated that there is a wholesale attack upon democracy in India, as he was basically explaining about the culture, the different cultures, the different languages in India, as he had stated that all these different ideas need space, and for making that space, it is very much necessary that the country has a democracy.
All right, we seem to have lost that. Okay. All right, we'll try connecting with you, Niyamika. There seems to be a problem with your connection. But viewers, I also want to take you through the kind of praise that has come in from leaders in those countries where Rahul Gandhi visited in the past. Now, remember that he's done multiple foreign trips over the last few years, and we've told you about the statements that he's made abroad. Now, let's show you another set of contrast that's coming in. So, he's in Colombia now, where he talks about the wholesale attack on our democratic system. Again, contrast that with what Colombian leadership have said about the Prime Minister in the past. So we're talking about the ex-Prime Minister of Colombia in the year 2018, the kind of praise he gave out. In UK, he said democratic model has come under the UK leadership in 2023. There were parliamentarians in UK who said that the position of India is greater on the world stage now. So this is the kind of endorsement that comes in. So in the United States, he went on to say, are Sikhs allowed to wear turbans in India? You have, the former President of the United States in the year 2023 who once said that, maintaining democracy is in India's DNA. So here the story is clear. While Rahul targets the Indian democracy on foreign soil, there are world leaders who are praising India and the stand that India has taken and are talking about India's rights. With that, it's